I migrated from Kenya to Canada. I grew up in a modest house in Kenya. My mom was a sole provider. She was a teacher. And then I moved to Canada. So in my end, I was like, I'm the one to help my mom and my family get out of the middle class life. And I was like, I have to work hard. My mom was very hardworking, and as I grew up, I was like, one day I want to be a teacher like my mom. After I finished my high school and my high school, and then that time I remember we were told the teaching college they were not accepting new intake. So my dream of becoming a teacher went down the drain. But I said the sky is the limit. Good luck. Good luck. I had an opportunity to come to Canada. So I was like, good, this is my life. So I said, because of this, I'm gonna have to make the difference of my family and my life. So when I came to Canada, I was very hardworking. I was determined, and I knew that I'm gonna do what it takes to be the best of all. So what happened? I started working. I worked so hard. I tried many jobs. I did hairdressing. I did babysitting. I tried even I worked in a factory, and along land I finished my school, and then I started my job that I'm doing right now. So I knew that, but before that I was like, no, first and foremost I have to make sure like my family is living better life like the one I'm living in Canada. So even though when I came here I wasn't like living the best because I had to live in these rentals, and it was like a one bedroom apartment or shared accommodation with the roommates. But I was like, I knew at the end of it all I'm gonna be something. So I worked so hard. What I did at first, I made sure my family is taken care of. So I invested in one thing first because I was like, I can't be providing every month sometimes, because it makes you become like you have to work. Even if you're sick, you still want to work to make sure like everybody is taken care of. So I was like, no, I need to set this kind of money aside and make sure like my family is not that dependent on me. And this is how I always teach people: instead of feeding people, give them techniques and tools on how to feed themselves. Like you can give them a capital, let them start something so that they don't have to rely on you all the time. So this is what I did. I was like, okay, now what can I do that can generate income for my family monthly, so at least they can give me a break as I try to figure out my life too, because it wasn't that easy and I can't be providing for both me and my family. So what I did, I saved I saved like 1 million Kenyan shillings by working non-stop, eating just bare minimum, like going for the cheapest things. I cut all my spending. I was like just like survival. I had to eat, yes, I had to eat so that I have energy to work, but not like in restaurants or whatever. I used to cook meals by myself so that I can save every dime. So I made sure I saved every dime, and at long run, I had accumulated like 1 million Kenyan shillings. And then I told my mom and my dad, this is the money you need to buy a vehicle for transportation that you can use to generate monthly, like cash flow daily. And I don't want any refund from this car. This is for you and my family so that at least you can give me a break. So I knew that was one awakening moment that like I'll be like they'll be financially independent, and then even if I have something now, I can do something for myself. So at that time, at that point, my brother used to stay in until he stays in Mombasa. I told him, okay, you need to get a transportation car for my family because I want them to start a business. He was like, oh, that's a good idea. So he got, I sent the money, he got the matatu for them. It's called matatu in Kenya. It's like a transportation, a transit. So Ingote was like, I think, 8-seater or 14-seater. So they started. It did very well. So through that time, I had a break for, like, they never asked me for anything because that car was that vehicle was generating money for them, and they were saving. They had other source of incomes. My mom, by then, after I left Kenya, when I came to Canada after 2-3 years, my mom retired. She was not she was old. It's only that because of medical reasons, like she had to retire early. So she retired early, so I knew that I was the one to make sure that they live good life. It wasn't that like I was the only one helping them. My brother was helping them, and my sister was helping them too. My small sister, that time she had a very no, that time she was in school. Only my brother who was stable, the one in Mombasa. So what we did, so after they got that matatu, it started generating money for them, the transportation, the transit thing, it started generating money for them. So I knew they were comfortable. So at that time, they didn't have to ask me for anything. So I saved other money as I worked so hard. That time I had not gone to school yet. I had no certificates, Canadian education. So I went to school a part-time as I worked, and then I got my certificate, and then I had to pay my own school fees. So that's the reason why I was saving the money. And because of that break that I had from my family, the life became very easy for me. So I was not struggling and they were not struggling. So this is the reason why I'm telling you, instead of feeding people all the time, do something that they can help themselves and give you a little bit break. So this worked as a testimony for me. It worked for me. It can work for you too. So I decided instead of giving money every that $1 million that I gave them a lump sum, if I kept on giving every month, it could, until now it could be giving, and until now it has been, I think, 18 years. And mind you, the same transportation vehicle, it still works, it's still good. Yeah, and I thank my family for that because they took care of it, they managed it, thanks to my dad and my mom, and they lived ever happily after. And then after that, I was able even to do other things, other big things. Even them, I got them a personal car, I bought them this because I was happy and I was able to save and I was able to make my life here. So in the next episode, guys, I'll tell you the continuation of what happened after that. So it was a good idea that I did something. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and know how to do, especially when you're part of this world and you need to help your family. Keeping on sending money, it doesn't mean, just do something that can help them and let them grow too. When they have their own, they feel better than borrowing all the time. Nobody feels better like becoming like a beggar all the time. Nobody wants to be a beggar. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.